course, main event Morgan thought that she should be in this title fight, but LFC Prez Maxine Frost thought the fans would rather see a European-based fighter in the European title fight, so they went with Vladoi in this bout. Hey
Floyd, what was your reaction to the fight, man? What was your reaction to the fight, man?
Now, who you got one? Lamont. Man, he gotta just create more action. That's a spark.
What happens in the third time around for these two athletes? Right away again, you can see the size difference. Hexx is a taller, longer fighter.
Now, who you got one? Lamont.
You got Lamont one? About how many rounds?
Yo. I don't know.
You still want the Tank Davis fight?
So what?
You still want the Tank Davis fight? What went wrong? What went wrong? Take out a little steam or fire out of it, or is it still the same?
I mean, we're gonna see. I'm the best fighter in boxing. I've been said this. So
Shakur, what went wrong for Gervonta in this fight? Just because, could we say maybe because Lamont didn't come in, they really...
I think he got overconfident. I think he was thinking Lamont wasn't that good. I told everybody how the fight was gonna go. The fight went exactly how I said. Exactly.
After seeing this performance from Gervonta,
Vladoi is an incredible athlete. She moves in and out of range well. She is extremely durable. She moves forward. She walks through punches.
Tonight, for those who don't know anything about boxing, he claimed the fight went exactly as he expected. Fans agreed and
takes punishment to get inside. Hexx with a few knees to the body. A few punches to the body is there as well.
Action taking place in the clinch there. Finally, a little separation.
Man, he got lucky as a draw. He did a good fight though. I thought he won it, but man, he gotta just create more action. That's a sparring session as far as I'm concerned.
Oh my God.
God damn, that's not the Gervonta.
Ducking down for the big takedown is Vladoi. Working the top position, half guard underneath. She steps out to side control. Looking to isolate that right arm, perhaps. Oh, and on the choke there. Tough position here. She does break free.
Boche had something that we all wasn't expecting. He might have had power. His distance was good. He came in ready, prepared to fight, and he showcased that. And man, we had a good fight overall. It was a good IQ fight.
In all honesty, do you think Roach pulled it off?
I'm not gonna say that. I don't think that the draw is good. You know. Other than that, it was a great fight. We'll love to see it again. It's me again, Caleb Plant, Charlo, Munguia, Edgar Belanga. Where the fuck you motherfuckers at? Let's get this shit happen. You already know. Stop playing. Let's get these shits popping, man. Time is ticking. Tick, 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 tick.
I mean, 100%. What do you think about Berlanga's obviously opponent?
Hexx on her feet, looking to pass the guard of Vladoi, just slips right by and into side control.
There you go.
Good. Step over. Yes. Instead, underneath. What a slick little move there from Vladoi. Stepping underneath.
Dieron una gran pelea. Ahora sí que me sorprendió la pelea que dio Loma Roach. Y bueno, fue una gran pelea para todas las aficionados. ¿Tú crees que fue un empate? No, yo creo que no. Creo que le quedaron a deber la caída a Loma Roach. Pero bueno, decisión de los jueces y del referee que no le hizo válida la caída, no le hizo el conteo. ¿Qué le fue mal en esa pelea para el Gervonta? ¿Qué fue lo que no hizo para que los jueces le den esa pelea? ¿Tú qué piensas? Bueno, él nada más apostó a un solo round, a un solo golpe para poderlo noquear, y el cual Loma venía muy bien preparado, muy bien concentrado en el plan de trabajo. Bueno, creo que a Tank le faltó presionar, tirar más golpes para ser más contundente y que se viera más efectivo a la hora de la victoria. ¿Te gustaría ver una revancha entre ellos? Pues estaría muy agradable, así que...
Can she get some kind of tension on that arm? A wild position there, but a beautiful little move. Now sliding out for a potential triangle choke. Hexx looking to slam out of it. Back onto a little tricky arm bar there. Just love the athleticism and creativity of Vladoi.
There's no doubt this was a statement.
Danny, what's going on, my man? What you think of the fight?
Stay with me, right?
Danny, what you think of the fight, man? Are you surprised by the outcome? It was a close fight.
I'm surprised the way Lamar fought. I knew Lamar was going to come to fight. It was the opportunity of a lifetime. He did a good job. He fought a great fight.
What went wrong with Tank Davis? I mean, I
said what was wrong with him? Every night in boxing is not your best, you feel me? But at least you got the draw.
Would you like to see a rematch of this or jump into a fight with Shakur Stevenson?
They don't, whatever they want to do. You think it was a draw? I don't know. It was a good fight.
Still looking for the triangle. Not quite there. Hexx slams out of it.
30 seconds. That's deep. Boy, he's got that locked in.
30 seconds left, and she is locking it up, trying to squeeze on that triangle choke. You can see Hexx is stacking things up there, defending what she can. That arm is trapped in there.
For fans, for people in the sport, etc., etc. I thought it was, in essence, the right decision. The only question about whether the upset draw is justified is whether Steve Willis erred in not deducting a point in a late round when Tank Davis appeared to touch the canvas with his hand. And, you know, that is going to stay in the woodwork and haunt the fight in the breach a little bit. But at the end of the day, it's a setback in Tank's career and for his reputation. I think most observers expected him to knock Roach out, particularly because Roach was moving up from 130 to 135. Sometimes when a fighter moves up in weight, he gets stronger, and it looked as though maybe Roach did get stronger and had a greater ability to resist Tank's power than other opponents have had, because Tank did tag him with a lot of clean shots, and he wound up throwing more punches than he likes to throw to get that done. He tagged him both on the chin and to the belly, etc., and couldn't seem to hurt Roach. And that was another surprise in the overall picture.
Oh, turning it over, and now a mounted triangle. 10 seconds left in this opening round. Vladoi looking for the finish here, punching away, has Hexx in all kinds of trouble. Tense moments here, and she survives.
Oh, and that right, but Davis took off some of the steam of the punch, but still, Roach moved up and he took a knee. He took a knee. What is he doing?
Our main event, the European title is on the line. Jolene Hexx in the pink, Andreea Vladoi in the black. This is the third meeting between the two. We had one draw and one decision go the way of Hexx. Vladoi looking to even the score here in their third fight. To do it with a belt on the line. Look at
the last two rounds, and then if you think about it, that knockdown was a knockdown. He took a knee, they should have counted, and you know those 2 points, like Roach said, you know, it would have been on his favor and he would have won the fight. But you know, I hope they run it back again, which I'm sure they will, and you know, we get more of a clear, you know, victory for either side.
How much of tonight was Lamont Roach being Lamont Roach, and how much of it was Gervonta Davis maybe not being at his best?
It was more. It was more. Yeah, well said. I think it was more of Lamont being Lamont. A lot of people were not expecting that. He was catching the punches really well, took them well, great combinations, and just stood in the pocket and fought him right in the center of the ring. Even Tank was not expecting that, and I think that threw him off. And you know, great great performance by Lamont Roach, and Tank Davis. He's got to fight more. He's not as consistent with the fighting, and you know, again, the timing probably wasn't there for him. Just like,
what does it say about Tank, man? Some people had him as high as, you know, top 5, top 10 pound.
You know what that's going to say about Tank now? Obviously, people are going to talk shit, and people are going to, you know, put him, you know, probably take him down on the pound for pound list, and you know, it is what it is. But so that's why Tank has to come back and really get that rematch and really make a statement, if it's with him or whoever else.
And lastly, I mean, you know, people want to know who's the best lightweight. Is it Keyshawn, Shakur, Tank? Do you think he can still beat those guys, or did Lamont show some things tonight that those guys are just?
Lamont's definitely there. Lamont can fight.
Punches to the body.
Section.
Oh, now it's Hexx that slipped around to the back. Trying to slam the action to the drag there.
Certainly see those gymnastics play an effect in there. Takes the back.
Beautiful little
Tank versus Roach fight. I'm really disappointed, to be honest. Like, it's leaving a bad taste in my mouth, and the reason why is they leaving a negative energy out there. And a lot of y'all might not understand because y'all don't come from underserved environments or was never incarcerated or things like that. I'm from DC, and I know how we get active. I know people from Baltimore, and I know how they get active. When we talk about rivalries are cool. When I'm talking Commanders, Cowboys, stuff like that, that's friendly and cool. We talk out trash, but when we talking about when it's negative and we know that Tank have a young following, things like that, and I'm seeing certain people at these press conferences, violent individuals, and things can really turn out bad. So yeah, I understand they selling the fight and things like that, but certain things, it can get real bad. And I don't want to see nobody lose their life. Let this be a healthy rivalry. Y'all go in there.
Flip around to the back. The speed that she makes those transitions is incredible. Now looking to work in that rear naked choke again. You can see the left arm is under the neck. This time she does have the hands grasp.
Vladoi could just get that right hook in and get her a little more leverage. Oh, now she's lost the opportunity.
Hexx backs away, back up on the feet. A little more than a minute remains here in the second round of our championship fight.
Didn't get what the decision I want, but we didn't get a loss either, so I felt like I won it, you know, the last couple rounds, so it's cool. Lamont is a great fighter. Hopefully I can get that rematch because I know what I can do in a fight, but it's cool.
Okay, questions?
Okay. Tank, it's KG with Fight Hype. I wanted to ask Tank, you know, when the decision was read, the way that you reacted, you know, it looked like you was upset. You slammed your gloves on the canvas. What was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
I didn't slam my glove on the canvas.
Okay, maybe I mistook from my vantage point, so that's my mistake. But what was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, you know, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in the, I lost track in the rounds. That's why we need, what is it called? Yeah, man. I didn't know what.
A lot of effort being shown by these girls. Got to be very, very tiring.
Bowe walking forward.
Side kick.
That's trying to use the range to.
But didn't get what the decision I want, but we didn't get a loss either, so I felt like I won it, you know, the last couple rounds, so it's cool. Lamont is a great fighter. Hopefully I can get that rematch because I know what I can do in a fight, but it's cool.
Okay, questions?
Okay. Tank, it's KG with Fight Hype. I wanted to ask Tank, you know, when the decision was read, the way that you reacted, you know, it looked like you was upset. You slammed your gloves on the canvas. What was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
I didn't slam my glove on the canvas.
Okay, maybe I mistook from my vantage point, so that's my mistake. But what was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, you know, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in the, I lost track in the rounds. That's why we need, what is it called? Yeah, man.
Going for the single leg. I wonder if she's going to have the strength. Oh, and picks her up.
On my respect tonight, definitely one of the first fighters to put Tank to the test. Was matching fire with fire. That was a good fight. For me, I need to see a rematch ASAP. But yeah, Tank definitely took the knee 100%. I see Roach winning that 7-5 personally, but boxing is business, so they were never gonna let him have that win. Roach's timing was on point though. No easy knockouts tonight. Just sharp counters, like real, very good fighter, very good fighter. Let me know what you guys think, if that robbery was fair or not.
See a slam?
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Takes her out to the center and just dumps her on the ground in the mount. What a show of strength.
And Lamont Roach's fight versus Tank Davis just ended in a draw. And based on what I just seen, he was winning the fight. But you know what makes it worse? What makes it worse is Tank Davis took a knee. When you take a knee in boxing, that's supposed to be an automatic knockdown. They literally let Tank Davis take a knee. The referee wanted the count. He chose not to count. He went to the corner, wiped off his hair, wiped off his eye, and then kept fighting. And to me, that makes no sense. How are you able to do that and not be a knockdown? Yo, boxing is crazy, bro. This stuff is wild. And you know what makes it even wilder? His excuse said, I just got my hair done and my hair was in my eye. Bruh, cut your hair. This is boxing, man. Y'all dudes be trying to look too pretty. But with all that being said, it was a great fight. I just hate the ending. Give that man Lamont Roach the knockdown so he could go ahead.
From the smaller fighter.
I think that's what comes when you lose 2 times in a row. She's not letting it go.
Not letting it happen. The high mount here for Vladoi. Final seconds. 10 seconds left in the second round. Again.
Perfect record. His fight with Lamont Roach was scored as a majority draw. Roach threw more punches and landed more punches on Gervonta. Just look at the numbers. And was this a knockdown? Roach after the fight wasn't satisfied, and he said if that was scored as a knockdown, he would have won the fight tonight. Gervonta after the fight said that some grease from his hair just got in his eyes and he couldn't see well. Crowd started booing Tank, his own crowd. We all know boxing fans. They love you one day, they hate you one day. That's exactly what Tank said. What do you think really happened? Was that because Lamont is really that guy? Or is it because Tank really needs to take time to himself, retire, go back to school as he mentioned? I don't know, but you go ahead.
Threatening to end the fight at the end of the round. You see Hexx trying to roll out of this position. Does get a little sweep and maybe an attack on the leg at the end, but we run out of time.
Well, both of us back today was that again. Nobody won. Nobody won. He can sit there and say, I didn't get knocked out. That's the only thing that's good to say. I didn't get knocked out. Maybe that was his championship, because he did. You know what I'm saying? He fought a brilliant fight. So he goes off to him. You know what I'm saying? You know, Tank was talking about retirement stuff. That might change that.
Taking the past experience, and she really game planned for it, and I think we're seeing it here.
No doubt. Third round here, the main event at Lingerie Fighting Championships 24 Eurobash.
Wow, tried for that little...
Tank Davis. He's returning to defend his WBA lightweight title against Lamont Roach, who is moving up from super featherweight. Tank Davis is these days kind of averaging 1 fight a year, which is a shame. He wants to have 3 more fights and then retire by the end of 2025. Does he get 3 fights this year? Does he actually retire by the end of the year? Who knows? But this may be one of the last times we see him, at least for now. So catch him while you can. One of the most exciting, one of the most hard-hitting fighters in the sport, and we suspect once again that he wins, and I suspect that he wins via stoppage once again. He is one of the hardest-hitting guys in the history of the sport, and we suspect that if he gets by Roach, there could be some big fights on the horizon this year. We don't know, but he's got to get by Lamont Roach first. That test goes down this
roundhouse backwards kick, and unfortunately got that caught up. No, nice trip.
Outside trip to the ground there off the caught kick, as you said, Ken. Now side control. Jolene Hexx likely needs to get a finish, isolating that right arm. Now looking to attack.
I didn't seem to like the draw. Did you think that was the right call?
Nah, man, I ain't gonna lie. I love Gervonta. Obviously, we come from a lot of the same shit. But I love boxing, and I seen Lamont Roach outclass Gervonta Davis tonight.
Yeah.
And I ain't against Tank. I'm just a boxer. If you ask me, I'm gonna keep it real.
Yeah.
I thought Lamont did enough to receive the victory.
Yeah.
Obviously, it didn't go his way. It was a good fight. The boxing fans won. And shit.
About the knockdown,
I think if anytime you take a knee or touch the canvas, blood touch, and it's through to a blunt punch, or even if you hurt and you go down, that's a knockdown. That's what I know from the rules of boxing since it started. You touch the canvas, it was not counted. He put a halt to the fight to go get his face wiped. These are all penalties, points, all different shit. So, you know, from the game that I know if I was in that bitch, that would have been a knockdown. But it is what it is. Can't let the cash cow go. You filling out these arenas, you supposed to do that.
Yeah, man, G. So, I mean, he was better against Frank Martin. It looked like he was flat tonight.
Styles make fights.
Yeah.
Styles make fights.
Yeah.
And Lamont Roach is a stellar fucking fighter. If you know Lamont Roach, know his father, know his brother, know the whole, they come from a great pedigree of boxing.
Back the left arm as well in a crucifix position. This is a bad spot.
Oh, no.
Vladoi. There's a leg scissor choke.
No, that...
We saw that be effective earlier tonight. Can she hang on? Rolling over with it. Oh, look at the lock in there. There's definitely pressure on the neck right now. Vladoi, but pops out. Now top position for Andreea Vladoi.